the 2018 data, right? But we are, of course, five already. We've moved ahead, five years. So the most recent data, it's here. If you want the most recent data as of uh, like 2022 October. Here's IMF International Monetary Fund GDP data as of October 2022. So if you click on this, I mean, this is the link to IMF webpage, but getting the original data will be very, you can easily download the original data, but the data needs to be cleaned because it needs to be cleaned. So this is the cleaned result. If you click on it, I downloaded it already. So if you click on it, you will see like a dozen major economies of the world, and in nominal dollars, right? Nominal GDP. US, China, Japan, Germany, India, UK. India has surpassed, of course, it's the total aggregate number, right? And obviously, China and India has huge population, and by population, India has surpassed China, actually. Um, France, Canada, Italy, Brazil, South Korea. This is, of course, South Korea. North Korea cannot even, within the leading economies. No way. Leading, rogue nations. Yeah. This is South Korea, of course. And then per person, gross domestic product. This is per capita. So this is average U.S. GDP as of October 2022 was 25 trillion, so it was about 5 trillion higher than back in 2018. China was about 5 trillion higher than in 2018, and so on, right? Japan was pretty much in the same place. Japanese economy is notorious for its lost 3 decades, right? 3 decades, they lost, economic growth for 3 decades. Now, these are per capita. So this is like, average income per capita. In the US, 75K, Australia, Canada, Germany, UK, Japan, Italy, South Korea. Italy and South Korea are pretty much on par, similar. Russia, China. So actually, in terms of you might wonder, well, China is so poor. I mean, poor is not a, it's only, although it's the second largest economy, but it's simple. You divide it by the 1.4 billion population. It's only natural you get this. I mean, of course, it's richer than India, but it's only 1/3 of South Koreans. Average South Korean citizens are 3 times richer than average. But then that means China is even like 1/5 of However, when we need to also consider purchasing power parity, because when I went to India in early 1990s, I had just with $1,000, I lived like a king for 2 weeks, or for 1 week. With $1991, I guess, with $1991, I lived for like a king for 1 week, because this is, basically purchasing power parity means, adjusting for inflation and, their local price level. China's income is like, per capita income is like $30,000. What, $30,000 can buy in the US. And then US, although nominally average per capita income is 75,000, the spending power, the purchasing power of that 75,000 is like, only what $25,000 can buy after adjusting for inflation. India, for most Indian people, it's still livable. That's Indonesia. Where is India? Oh, with such a small per capita income, which is only $2,500, they can live like what $11,660 can buy in the US. So that's, you have to also consider purchasing power parity, right? South Korea and Italy. Oh, Italy is not that far away from their nominal dollars. South Korea, after adjusting for purchasing power, slightly, quite lower than what their nominal income is, right? So anyway, if you are, so I cleaned up this data, right? Because, the original data is really not user friendly. So if you're interested, please, look it up. Okay. Okay, we'll continue.
European Union, about $16 trillion.
So
China, about no other government or corporations has more